What was that? Okay. Be patient with me, folks. Okay. I'm sure people are. Well, we have a listener at the moment. Dee will be in momentarily. We had some technical difficulties, um, to say the least, again. But this time it was feline related technical difficulties. Um, I know that sounds weird, but the felines caused the technical difficulties. So, patience is a virtue. We will be fully ready to start momentarily. Just getting notifications sent out. Hey, JJ, you're on your first work break. Awesome. Hope you have a good day at work. Um, yeah, it's going to be a day. It's really, truly going to be a day. And like I said, um, D is having some difficulties and will be in as soon as possible. Um, Fundamentally, the usual stuff that we go through. It's never boring. All right. I got YouTube fixed. I've got Rumble set. Chats are working. Hey, look at that. We might be on time today. Um, I don't want to go too far into this without Dee, because her input is always great on some of these topics. Um, or what you're gonna go with the cat ate my homework? Actually, it wasn't so much the cat ate the homework, but the cat ate the cords for the mouse and the keyboard of Dee's setup. Like, they chewed through that in, like, less than 2 hours, 3 hours. They got in there, chewed the shit out of it, literally cut the cords in half, and yeah, I'm like, "Wow, really?" Someone's gonna have to start putting hot sauce on all their cords, because the kitties thought it was a snack, and yeah. Um, no, no point calling BS on that. True story. Cats chewed the keyboard and the mouse wires. And I we're waiting for her to come back. There was something with the technical difficulties that thought she couldn't hear me, but then it was like a 10-second lag. So yeah, we're having some issues. I don't know what is going on. Evmux is absolutely making life a living hell right now, but we will get through this. We will. I'm sure they're working out the bugs. Oh, oh my god. Nice big yawn for all y'all who are tired to help you get some sleep. But yeah, I am. I know Dee was trying to get a few things fixed and straightened up. Pull out the wireless keyboard and mouse. She's trying to get the mic thing squared away, and then she'll be back. But yeah, it's just going to be one of those days, folks. Um, I I don't know. I'm like I said, I'm kind of not wanting to start too much without her, even though I was given full permission to do that. Go ahead and start, but I'm trying to drag this out to give her time. So be patient with me, folks. There she is, saving the day.
Good evening. Today is Tuesday, October 14th at 7:07 p.m. Hi, JJ. Hey, Art. Hey, anybody else listening? I
Oh,
have about had it.
you saved the day. I was just trying to drag this out as long as possible. Art says the cat ate your homework. He calls BS. I explained the keyboard and mouse.
I'm telling
It's,
you the damage that has been caused. And what time did we finish? At
we got
four.
done just around
Four.
3:30 my time, so 4:30 your time.
Okay,
At the
so
latest. I think we were done. No, you said you had to be done by 4, so your
yeah, but
time.
we
So we
went
were done by
over.
4.
No, we
Oh,
weren't.
we
We
did go
went
over a
over.
few minutes. Yeah.
No, we went over half an hour because of the problems of getting started. Remember?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we got done at like 4:30. So between 4:30 and 7 o'clock, the mass destruction that has occurred, the brand new, I've only had it up for what, 2 weeks? The
Give or
keyboard,
take.
I was literally swinging the one end of the mouse that was plugged into the hub when I took it out was just swinging it like an old lifeguard whistle that when I sat in the chair.
Mhm.
Yeah, the whole thing is shot.
Yeah.
The keyboard, the mouse, the microphone cords. They need those little MFers need to get a little zap of electricity is what they need.
Maybe get them well, they you've got them toys, not that they give a shit.
No, they have all kind of stuff.
What about a
Remember,
scratching, like,
they
cat
have it.
tower?
They have a tower. They have the
Oh,
thing. They have
they're
catnip
just
in it.
ass
They have,
wipes.
yeah. Uh huh.
Okay.
So people, there is some psychology behind this. So if you get any future pets, whatever you name your animals, they will live up to the name. For example,
Yes.
I told you the story where originally, we got Chase as a 3 to 5 year old. They couldn't tell. Abused animal from a shelter. And his name was originally Legend. And we looked at him, we're like, that dog's name isn't Legend. That dog's name is Chase. First 3 years of his life, that's all we did was chase him. Then
Uh-huh.
I think, oh, it'll be adorable to name the cats Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yeah, right.
Yeah, we live and learn, don't we?
Yeah. Well, I said, if you hear me say, Crazy Bee, I'm getting another dog, or I'm getting a couple more cats, please somebody come up and smack me.
Can't quite do that.
We'll send somebody.
I don't know if I'm
And it what
able to.
and it wasn't bad enough, that I live on the edge as it is because, I have to have all my electronics right beneath my end cable, which holds my drinks that are uncovered the majority of time.
Mhm.
However, I did have a bottle of water and I took the lid off and decided it would still be a good idea to smack the bottle of water over everything.
Of
Hence,
course.
mhm, hence, I was able to find a power cord for the tablet, which, why is that the only thing that frickin' seems to work? It is probably a foot long cord, but, we'll hang over the edge of the bed for our viewers so that we can stay connected. I'm telling you. And then
What a
why?
day.
No, why was everything working and then all of a sudden not working?
I know we were in the middle of talking, and all of a sudden there's a 10-second lag. And it's like, where the hell did that come from?
Nothing changed on my end except the
Didn't on
cats and the
mine.
dog wanted in. That's all I know. I shut the
Uh,
and the door had been shut already, so that shouldn't have been the issue.
but it is very strongly possible that the internet's just being an asswipe.
Well, I'm getting a little bit sick and tired of it, as you well know.
The
We were,
internet can be
yeah,
weird.
we spent how long over the weekend? Was that an hour and a half, hour 45 minutes? Doing a
Something
great,
like that.
yeah, great pre-recording. Yeah,
Absolutely gone because, the internet in Evmux is a web based program. So, yeah, trusting the internet is never good. I can't help. I'm not in charge of the gremlins this month.
Who is JJ? Is JJ in charge?
Oh, you know what? It's probably Arby, and that's why he's not coming in all the time.
Mm-hmm. It could be. And I'm telling
Uh,
you, it we had a really good, probably one of our most funniest pre-records we ever did, and it was just
mm-hmm.
poof, gone. In fact, we re-recorded it today and didn't even bring up everything that we had to say other than to say, Tom Homan, call us. We got ideas.
Yep.
So we'll leave it at that.
It's just sad,
It's very
though. It
sad.
really is sad because it was such a great recording the first time. And I am absolutely heartbroken that it couldn't be equally as funny the second time because it lost all of its charm when
Yeah,
it got lost.
yep.
It's
Oh,
like, really?
yep. Who cared at that point, right?
I
I mean,
know.
we
It's like,
cared,
that
but it wasn't the
sucked.
same. Other than Tom
Yeah.
saying about the bitch, we kind of went off on her a little bit more
We went
than
off on her last time, too.
did we? As bad?
Probably not as bad, but we did.
Yeah, but so I think we made up for the charm portion and the mass hysteria laughing. We couldn't breathe towards the end. We were laughing so hard. One thing was funny, my face hurt from laughing
Oh,
so
yeah.
hard. It was pretty epic. And then just to be gone, wow.
Hmm. I
Yep.
was not a happy camper.
No, and it wasn't as funny the second time. We couldn't even fake it.
Yeah, there was no faking that second
No.
time around.
So,
I'm not that great of an actress.
no, we're not. Neither one of us. We would not be winning any type of award. But so with that being said, yesterday was the first video, right, that was posted on illegal immigration, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so we have two more that will be forthcoming. And the way we are going, uh, yeah, reruns always suck. Yep, they lose the spontaneity. Absolutely. Yep.
That is the truth. Which is
Yep.
why we prefer live streams over
Right.
recordings because you get it right as it's happening.
Exactly. Um, but there's just so much content that's sitting there that we can't. We'll be right now. We're a day late and a dollar short as it is. So we gotta get our act together. So we got illegal immigration, and this stuff is important that we're showing you. So please make sure that when it comes out that you watch it. We are combining, I think, some older material with some newer to keep it it's all relevant. There isn't anything that is being shown that is irrelevant. So,
Mhm.
um, it's important for you to know exactly what is going on, where and why, and it is, if it hasn't already, will be coming to a city near you.
Hello, Blue Rose.
Hey, Blue. So, oh,
Yeah.
that being
What a
said,
day.
yeah, what a day. Yep.
Oh. Anyone else ready for a vacation?
Oh, yeah. I'm going to go to Vegas.
I have never been there.
That was one of my best vacations.
Hmm.
So much to do. Fly over the Grand Canyon, go down into the canyon by donkey, river raft, go to the Hoover Dam, gamble, visit all the
Nope. Never
casinos,
done any of that.
visit all the casinos to see the differences in architecture. One place is more beautiful than the other.
Never been there. Never done that. So,
Well, the
yeah, I've
weather
had a really shitty, boring life.
weather sucks if you go in July. Your shoes could actually stick to the sidewalk. That's how hot it is if you're at the crosswalks too long.
Eh,
Y-
that's
Huh?
just the joys of living in a desert.
Is that what that is? You're in the desert, huh?
I mean, technically.
I guess so. Yeah, I saw some pictures when they first built, when it was originally built. It's really unbelievable how what it's turned into. But I hear now that it's really has gone downhill from,
I've heard the same thing. It's become a shithole.
yep, because of being kind of like a woke city, I guess. But people still visit it from all around the world, just like they do New York City. So go figure,
Hmm.
you know. Hey, cannabis.
Hey, cannabis.
Yep. So anyone want two cats? I'll put them in a box and put them through U.S. mail this evening. So let me know. Mm,
You would miss some.
like how I would. You think?
I am pretty sure you would eventually miss them. Like, literally, it would be like 2, 3 days, and you're going to be like, it's too damn quiet. And so you're going to start randomly yelling at Jekyll and Hyde, even though they're nowhere there.
You do realize I have a 6-month old here?
Hmm. I could see you still yelling for the cats out
Okay.
of, habit and missing them.
Okay. All right. We got to talk after the show. All right. What do you got up first for us?
We have the idiot protesters. Um,
I thought we were doing some. Is that where we were starting?
that's what we had in the show notes.
If you say so. Alrighty then.
Uh, where is it?
Oh yeah, that's right. We did change that. Please forgive me. I haven't slept now. We're going on day 3. I'm tired. I still don't feel good. Have not called the doctor because the doctor said, no more monkeys jumping on the bed. So,
Screw that doctor. He don't know what he's talking about.
well, that, and I figured I'm going to start taking after you. When I call you and say, how are you? You say, I'm alive. So,
Well, it's not a lie.
it isn't. So, I'm going to start saying the same thing. I'm going to say, well, guess what? I'm not dead. I'm alive. So, they're my options.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not calling the doctor anymore.
JJ says take baby JJ with you and have him pick your Keno numbers.
Oh, for real. I need somebody to pick my numbers.
Cannabis says there's a No Kings thing
Uh,
this
uh,
weekend. Also, they are rallying in DC November 5th. Yeah,
yep.
some people were suggesting that's isn't that one of the reasons they had that shutdown, I think? But we'll
Yeah.
get to that. I
That.
think that's on our to-do list either
Yeah.
today or tomorrow.
Yes. That's just real brief. Just and we'll have more detail. But that's one reason why Schumer will not negotiate is the Dems want to be able to protest at the No Kings rally this coming weekend. So I figure it's going to be a hot and heavy weekend, probably filled and fueled by violence. Oh, wait, I take that back. Peaceful protesting of
With fire and rocks and bricks and
and naked people.
yeah, as we're about to find out.
Okay, show us.
People are stupid.
How stupid are they? Tell us.
Um, well, according to this, a bunch of these jackasses got naked, got on a bunch of bikes, took
Mm,
over a Portland bridge,
this is
and
just.
then oh, go ahead,
No,
because
go ahead. You
there's
go
more
ahead.
after this.
No, go
Well,
ahead.
after we're done critiquing this, we have a video where they chose to then go to an ice facility. this
Okay, so
oh no, this is outside the ice
yes,
facility. Yeah.
on the so they're naked
Yes.
with like boobs, you know.
Everything hanging
Okay,
out.
so wait a second. So I have a couple issues. So did the left say or not say that they had an issue with Trump grabbing them by the pussy? Did they say that or
Hmm.
didn't they?
Oh
Okay.
yes, that was very much something they had a fit about.
Now, are the pussies laying on the bridge or the sidewalk right now?
I wouldn't even be that degrading to the feminine genitals.
Okay.
These
Are
people are
the
far worse.
the
That's an insult to
dicks
female genitals.
are the balls and dicks stuck to the bikes?
I hope so.
I mean, okay, so you're going to get arrested, right? And instead of being like grabbed by your shirt or collar or whatever, you're
Oh
grabbed.
my god. Yeah, that's not gonna go well.
I mean, like, where do you grab onto? What do you hold?
I feel bad for the police having to make that decision.
No wonder why they got to wear gloves. Oh, it's
Oh my
holes
god,
and
I feel
holes.
bad for
Sorry,
police. I
JJ.
feel
I was just trying to get the point across, JJ, that they went after Trump for saying the word, and I hate that word. That and the C word, you will seldom hear me say, only under extreme importance. But they went after Trump, and that's all we heard about was grab him by the pee, grab him by the pee. And literally,
uh-huh.
they are on the bike and laying on the sidewalk, and everybody's shit is just hanging out.
I wonder how many infections were got in this day.
How disgusting. Like, who? Hey, mom, guess what I did this weekend? You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
really? You know,
Mhm.
again, I've told you before. If it was one of my kids, they would have been got grabbed by the hair, grabbed by the jacket, whatever. Somebody,
If they
my
were had
boys,
hair and a jacket to grab.
yeah, my boys would have been led away by their poles, I guess, as JJ says. Yeah. I would have dragged them off.
Earlobes. Earlobes work better.
Look at this.
I
Just
know.
how?
I know. I know.
I don't even know what to say. Who does who plans this and who agrees to this shit? You are I'm telling you what, if you participated in this, you are one sick son of a bitch. You know that?
Cannabis says, I hope they weren't rental bikes.
You are one sick son of a bitch if you
Yeah.
participated in this. You
Well,
have a
every
fucking
year.
screw
Well,
loose.
here's a video that explains a little bit more on what the behind it is. What's behind it?
An
Hold
accident
on.
behind it.
Well, that is a given.
Oh,
But here's the news that breaks it down.
All right, Rob, thank you so much. Going to take you to Portland, Oregon now. Still plenty of protesters there again this week, rallying, as we've been telling you, against the Trump administration's decision to try and deploy federal troops there.
So demonstrators pedaled along the streets wearing almost nothing in an emergency edition of the annual World Naked Bike Ride. Well, the bike ride is an annual tradition, usually taking place in the summer, but organizers hastily put together another nude ride to speak out against attempts to mobilize troops to quell protests.
The riders crossed the city to the U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement building. And while some demonstrators were naked, others are wearing animal costumes just outside the facility, as you see right there.
oh
There you
my
go.
God.
Right now, the city is
That's a
awaiting the
good one.
ruling on.
Stop.
That is where you pull out the paintball gun and you start pelting those motherfuckers.
That is sick.
Paintball gun those motherfuckers.
Oh my God. I don't even know what to say.
Cannabis says naked Shriners.
I don't know what to say. You
Right
again,
there at the naked laydown, a water cannon. Yes.
you know, you again,
Oh,
if you participated in this, you are a sick son of a bitch and you need psychiatric counseling. You really
mhm.
do. You're sick. There's something wrong with
I've
you.
we know like this is just insanity. But while they're nude would be the perfect time to use the pepper balls.
it, it takes a whole meaning of burn, baby, burn, doesn't
Yes, it
it?
does.
Yeah, it does.
Because they got nothing protecting
Jeez.
anything. And there are sensitive skins, far more sensitive than the arms and legs and hands,
I'm telling
that
you.
when they get hit with that capsaicin powder,
What is wrong? What is I?
I'm going to hell for my ideas.
We already knew that. I'm along with you. So I mean, at this point,
Why is it people going to the naked whatever are never the ones you want to see in
yeah,
that condition?
that ain't that true.
Um, Cannabis says if I ever suggested a naked bike ride, I would be arrested for something.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. At work, you'd be like,
Oh
hey,
my god.
yeah, you'd be telling your coworkers, "Hey, I need you to sign up to help for this protest. You know, Trump's coming in to deploy the troops. Well, yeah. What do you need? Nothing. What do you mean I don't need nothing? Yeah, nothing. Don't even wear any clothes either. Hmm.
Mhm.
Sick sons of bitches. Portland, Oregon. You know what? I have been fighting Crazy Bee, right? You tell me if I have not been fighting with you about this whole concept of, you know, the city, save the sane people. We got to do something about this. Action needs to be taken, blah, blah, blah. You motherfuckers, you deserve exactly what you get. Crazy B says
Oh,
it
so I was right
all the time.
all along.
Yes, you were right all along. You know what? You were some sick sons of bitches. That's all I'm saying about that. Yep,
Huevos rancheros. I never seen a kickstand had a nude in
I'm telling you,
and
sick,
any nude ins. Oh my god.
sick. This is sick. This is absolute. This is deranged behavior. This is not.
Yes.
We are talking grown adults. Well, at least we think
Acting
we are.
like idiots.
An idiot probably is acting better. I mean, who dresses
Hmm.
up as a blue dinosaur?
That's it. I don't know. Just do they work at a kiddie golf course? You know, a putt putt golf course?
We've hey, I've been to a lot of them from the time I was young. I have never ever had any type of animal costume at our putt-putt golf courses
Okay.
ever.
I
ever.
don't know.
I mean,
Maybe kids' birthday parties?
Halloween's coming, so maybe these idiots are dressed up for trick or treat.
I'm sorry. Someone comes up to my house like that, they are getting hit with the paintball gun.
So now Crazy Bee's gonna have candy and sitting right next to her paintball gun. Don't mess with her.
I would be sitting up, maybe where they can't see me. I'd get a ghillie suit,
Yeah.
curl up in the grass, and start pelting the shit out of anyone in an inflatable costume.
Look at the panda with the little hands.
Yeah, the
Wasn't
panda
little
with the little
hands
hands would look really good being painted pink and
yeah,
black instead of white and black.
isn't there something little never mind. I better not go there.
That'll get
Yeah,
us in
that's in
trouble.
trouble. Yeah, I caught myself. And what's
I'm
the
glad
other
you didn't go
what
further.
is that a flamingo on his head? I thought he was a Arabian
Yes,
Night, but now I just realized that's a pink flamingo, isn't it?
that is a pink flamingo. Yes, ma'am.
I have to go pray when we're done.
Hmm. And the blue and pink and yellow unicorn, I could see taking that out as a hunting trophy
True.
with the paintball gun.
Right.
Only with paintball. Never mind. Let me rephrase that. And then I take the pictures of the person writhing on the ground.
Withering you like the
You know,
dinosaur.
I could make the vampire blood filled paintball guns
Right,
and
right.
just pelt them with the fake blood.
Yep.
That'd be great. I wonder if they are naked underneath those clown outfits, to support the naked riders. I have a feeling they are, which is exactly why I would pull out a high powered CO2 paintball gun and start
Knock
pelting
them right off
away.
and knock them right off the bike.
Oh, not just the bike, but also the inflatable characters. I could have so much fun right now.
Hmm.
An actual unicorn or biblical reference to the one and two horned rhinos. Yes, I am. I actually am aware of that reference. I'm just a nerd. But yeah, I would be sitting there and just, I mean, they would not be getting their deposit back for those. They better own them if they're coming my way
Yeah,
because
they
I
better not
am going to
be rental
tie dye the
costumes.
shit out of that.
Yep. Yeah, they better not be how did this one little thing turn into be such a long topic? We didn't plan on this at all. I did.
No, we didn't.
I,
But I
I
figured
did.
it was going to turn into this. I knew there was a possibility, but I
I
didn't want to forewarn you.
I only watched the beginning first cup. I totally missed the end. Yeah.
Are pepper balls, also known as great balls of fire.
And
Oh
JJ's
God.
dying that I'm going to pray after the show.
Oh.
I
Oh.
don't know what to do. I'm at a loss here now. What
I
do you do?
can't be. I can't help myself. These people deserve this kind of ridicule. If I was this retarded, I would pray someone would ridicule me back into sanity.
I mean,
Like, for fuck's sake.
what is wrong with them?
Mental
Mm.
illness
Yes, but
and
so many
no
people,
structural upbringing.
but so many of them. You know what I'm saying? So many people willing to get naked, to lay on the ground, to just like, yeah, let me just lay there with my boobs flapping in the wind, and hope that a nice officer just grabs me by one and whips me around to put my handcuffs on. What's he going to hold on to?
I would never hope that an ICE officer does that because I'm going to tell you, it's more than likely going to tear a lot of soft tissue and things might
Hmm.
be ripped off
I
in
mean,
the
these,
process.
these are,
Talk about a free mastectomy.
there we go. All right, we're going off the rails.
I'm sorry. What a free mastectomy. Go protest ICE naked.
Or vasectomy if you want to be,
Yes.
either way.
Uh,
I
12
do.
gauge non lethal bean bags. Sorry.
Yeah, the bean bags. Yeah, that was one thing that we had brought up during our poor destroyed live pre-record that we had.
Was a bunch of alternative less than lethals that
Yes,
we think are very creative,
yes,
like frozen Nerf darts.
yes.
Soak them in water, freeze them, start
Hmm.
pelting a motherfucker.
Hmm.
The males might get the surgery.
Oh
After the
yeah,
parade, while there will be many with the condition cotton balls, which
advanced.
is advanced stage of beer nuts.
There we go. The chat is off the rails too.
They thought it was Mardi Gras.
Uh,
Yeah.
uh,
Oh my
what a
god,
bunch
I'm
of
dying.
morons.
I know. These people are
Let's see.
not that
Morons.
bright.
Okay, morons, imbeciles, assholes, dumbasses, retards, reject,
Ignoramus.
ignoramuses. What else? Anything we're missing? Jackass, dumb fucks. I mean, really.
Yep.
And you know
Mm-hmm.
what? You remember that mother that did she have? She just beat that kid, didn't she? She didn't have a belt. I'd take my
No, she just smacked him upside the
yeah,
head a few times.
that's okay. I'd take my leather belt. Yeah, there we go. That's what we needed to do. We should just get on and start swinging the belt on my own child, not anybody else, because this channel does not promote violence. We are peaceful.
Except in this case, because Cannabis just said they actually make a golf ball gun.
What?
You can shoot a golf ball at people. I like the idea of spraying fart scent spray in their vent holes. Oh, yes. You know what? Replace the freaking pepper balls. Or, oh, no, what you do is you put pepper balls and fart scent balls
Hmm.
all mixed together so they get a spicy one.
Oh my lord!
They're going to be
Wait.
gagging
Here we
and
go.
dying.
Wait.
And they.
Well, I'm
Sorry.
all naked except I'm wearing gas mask, right?
Oh god. Oh my god. Oh shit.
And my shoes.
Oh.
Maybe my shoes.
but you know it hurts to get hit with those.
Yeah,
They're gonna leave bruises, and on top of the bruising, you get the smell and this. No, that's a spicy meatball. Meatball.
I almost. Thanks, JJ. I almost spit my Coke out.
Oh, oh God. Oh my God. Oh God. Tom Homan, you need to watch this video. Our chat and us have some epic
Yes,
ideas
Tom
of
Homan. We
non-lethals.
we had as an HR person what Crazy B and I reviewed over the weekend that unfortunately got lost. I fully support the men and women of ICE being
Turning this
able
into a game.
turning it into a game multiple ways. One of them is every ICE agent gets their own color balls, paintballs that is, not balls of people, but colored paintballs. And there are a variety of points assigned to various targets. Like if you get an ass shot, you know, that might be worth 20 points. But the only way to tell would be, if that was Crazy B, she would have orange paintballs, I'd have purple paintballs. That way we'd be able to know who hit the target and who didn't. But in the naked protester game, it could be left boob, right testicle, left testicle. I mean, hey, we could take this to a whole nother level. Tom, call us.
Um, Cannabis sent the video for the paintball gun.
Let's see
Hold
it.
on.
All right.
Or not the paintball, the golf ball gun.
All right.
I'm
Let's see
Skate
it.
with MCS, and today I have a video for you guys on a new golf ball launcher. Let's check
Oh,
it out.
hold on one
So I have this new
second.
launcher
You
right here.
got
It's
to share it.
I gotta share it. I know. I just realized I'm a dumbass.
No. No.
Um,
We're looking at dumbasses. No.
no, this.
There
It
you
was playing just behind the other one.
I'm Skate with MCS, and today I have a video for you guys on a new golf ball launcher. Let's check it out. So I have this new launcher right here. It's really cool for you to shoot golf ball, and it has an open breech. Just push the button there, breech open.
Oh my
Drop
God,
down
that looks
go.
your
like
golf ball.
so
Close it
much fun.
right here. Slide the
I
valve
want
forward.
one.
That will pressurize the chamber. From there, you just aim and shoot. Gonna shoot this box right here to show really quick on how it
Oh,
Oh,
feels.
boy,
this
that.
would be fun.
Air
Oh my
versus
God, I want
fire.
one already.
Gonna shoot.
Oh, hell
Oh!
yeah.
Which load? Another one. Drop it in. Shoot.
Oh, I need one of those.
Look, you
Drop
could
another
see
one
it
in.
left a mark in the box already.
No, it blew through the box. It's not leaving a mark,
Okay,
it's
there.
putting holes in it.
It has a good kick to it, so you're gonna shoot this. You're gonna have a great time shooting it on the range or at a backyard where you're able to target on your boxes or anything
Oh,
you like to
golf is
target with.
now
All right, guys, if you have a
entertaining.
question, comment, concern, visit the website mcsus.com or Defense Innovation, and we support you. Thanks for watching.
Oh my
It,
God.
it is entertaining. There's only one problem. You do gotta play it or load it just as slow as golf is. And you gotta talk real slow. We're getting ready to take aim. Everybody, there's a hush over the audience as the ICE officer gets ready to line up the blue dinosaur with the golf ball gun. And
Oh,
and he
hell
get it?
yeah.
Yeah, uh-huh. That gotta hurt like hell, man. Ooh.
Oh, I need one of those.
That gotta crack some bones.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
This would not be considered less than lethal.
right. Yeah, headshot.
This
Dead.
is not to be
Yeah,
used as a less than lethal.
right.
It is not going
Headshot.
to work.
Yeah, headshot. Dead. Right?
Heck, a chest shot would be enough to stop the heart.
Yeah.
Or even cause the lungs and stuff to spasm and stop breathing. Oh yeah, no, no, no. But, yeah.
Yeah, I new you know, just in case you run out of bullets, now you got to carry golf balls in your backpack.
Hey, if you live near a golf
Uh,
course, which
yep.
I do, and stray golf balls are
Mm-hmm.
easily accessible, or you buy the used ones from Amazon for like
Yep.
$100, and you have like what, 100 pounds for $100,
Something like
or
that.
whatever it is.
Uh,
Yeah, that 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 is a great invention.
okay, so what do thank you very much for that cannabis. That who even knew that existed? It
Well,
just never fails to surprise me what people come up with.
yep. JJ's headed back to work.
Okay, have a good work day.
He'll be listening in. Oh, I have so many ideas.
Uh-huh.
Because it's not just golf balls that would fit. Could you imagine a high powered egg?
Oh my gosh.
Freeze an egg.
I
And again, this is
Mhm.
not less than lethal. I am just saying it would hurt if, let's say, the world ends and you need to defend your home and you are out
Correct.
of ammo.
Correct. Now I don't have to worry about it.
Rocks,
Yes.
ping pong balls,
Yeah,
high velocity ping pong balls.
there you go.
That would be fun too. Water balloons might burst on that, so no, no water balloons. But
No.
we could have some fun. Oh, Orbeez! You know those big Orbeez?
What's an Orby?
It's like a gel that expands in water, and when it's out of water, it shrinks back down to like a micro size. It can expand to like a million times its original size. These would they're like gel, but high
Oh, I know what.
velocity.
Yeah, we don't call them Orbeez. We call, yeah, what do we call them? I know
I
what
don't remember what other
I
names they
know.
go by, but the original brand name was Orbeez. That's why I know it that way.
Okay.
A spud gun,
Yeah, with
fundamentally.
potatoes. Oh, yeah, with the little, in fact, I have a pound of them to make. Oh,
Oh, those, yeah, the
oh,
baby potatoes.
yeah. Uh-huh. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Perfectly round. They'd work perfect.
Oh,
And if not,
yes.
just grease them up a little bit with some olive oil and just poof.
Oh, yeah. We could have some fun.
Tom home and we're waiting.
Yes, we're going with less than lethal, but unfortunately, some of the options are definitely not less than lethal, but good in the event of an end of the world scenario and you have no ammo.
Correct.
Just saying.
Right.
Get creative.
Correct. All right, let's move on. Or this
Yes, to the next topic.
yeah,
We've literally spent almost 40 minutes
yeah.
talking about this.
And it was supposed to be 5 minutes. That's the
It was supposed
show.
to be a quick coverage. I can't help it. And you're the one who
I,
sent the
you
topic
know
over,
what?
and then I found the video, and then we just kind of spiraled into hell.
Yeah, I from now on, I don't know if I could trust anything that you send me because I don't know how it's going to end.
Well, you technically sent the article first,
Right.
and I found the video.
I know. All right.
Um,
Okay, so now on a more serious subject, well, I guess I don't know, but
Define serious.
yeah, this we're just going to cover the summary and then a couple different pieces. We're not going to read or go through every single thing. It'll be in the show notes because if not, we'll be here till the end of next week. But Trump signed an executive order vowing to defend Qatar in the wake of Israel's strike. So now this dates back to before the hostage release. So this was on September 29th. Trump signed an executive order pledging the United States would treat any armed attack on the state of Qatar as a threat and respond with diplomatic, economic, or military measures. After an Israeli airstrike on September 9th, 2025, killed 5 Hamas members and Corporal Brader, Syed, we're just going to go with Brader. Back up a little bit,
Oh,
please.
I went too far. Yep,
Yes,
sorry.
thank you. Israel Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. Oh my gosh, I can't talk. I'm all twisted up over the pink. I'm just going
Baby
with B.
dingbat.
Yeah, BB Dingbat apologized to Doha, Qatar during a Trump organized call. The executive order extends NATO style protections to Qatar, a tiny emirate of 300,000 citizens, and tasks the U.S. Secretary of Defense to coordinate contingency planning with Al Udeid Air Base, which hosts around 10,000 American troops. Qatar's foreign ministry welcomed the move as a milestone, and analysts say it vaulted Doha into top U.S. allies, while Trump advisors leveraged the crisis to push Israeli Prime Minister Dippity-Doo Bibi into a Gaza peace plan this past week. The move goes beyond President Joe Biden's 2022 designation of Qatar as a major non NATO ally, and the order's legal weight is uncertain since treaties need U.S. Senate approval and executive orders can be repealed. Neighboring Saudi Arabia has long sought similar guarantees but was denied. Now that's the big thing is why isn't this going through Congress or I mean in the Senate? Here
Oh, it
we
still
go.
has to go through the Senate. He can write
Right.
it as an executive order, but it still has to go through the
Right.
Senate.
But the point is that Biden said one thing and Trump turns around and did the complete opposite.
Well, but yeah, when Trump says something, the other president did the complete opposite too.
True.
Like, hey,
Yeah,
stay in
that's true.
Mexico.
Right. Right.
Why do that?
Right. Yep.
Yeah,
Okay. So what do we have that accompanies that piece then? Was the
this
flip
one.
out? Yes. So when we first heard of this, everybody went absolutely crazy. Guitar is to build a F-15 training hub, but it was initially said that they were going to build a base. But it's a training hub at Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho. Guitar to build F-15 training hub. Why is that repeated?
Because they're idiots. And it's
Oh my
probably
lord.
AI.
At a Pentagon press event on Friday, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth announced a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emery Air Force facility at Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho. Under the 10-year agreement, Qatar will fund, build, and operate the training facility at Mountain Home Air Force Base, Idaho, to improve coordination between U.S. and Qatari air forces. The facility will host Qatari F-15 fighter jets and pilots who will train alongside U.S. troops, but the Pentagon did not disclose the number of jets or operational date. Conservative critics have seized on the plan, linking it to Qatar's donated Boeing 747. Oh my lord, while Vice President J.D. Vance called the reports a fake story on Sunday. The Pentagon clarified that the U.S. retains base control in this cooperative training relationship, citing precedents like the Singaporean Air Force and Germany, while legal experts urge transparency. Now, before we get into the pros and the cons of this, when this first came out, I kind of had a major issue with this. Like, I don't know how I feel about Well, there's a couple things. One, another country coming in having a training base in our country.
A lot
Two,
of countries are
I know, I
doing,
know,
but yeah.
I know, but we've never, isn't this the first that we've actually had a foreign nation come into our country?
No.
Who came in?
We have Australia training here, we have Germany training here, we have
Do they have their own
uh
bases?
no, that this place doesn't have their own base either. They're sharing a base with us to do training on our base with our troops.
Scroll back up a tad, please. They're going to fund, build, and operate the training facility.
But then it says the facility will host Qatari F-15s and train alongside U.S. troops. And then it says that it will clarify the U.S. retains base control in this cooperative training relationship.
Okay. Why is it that Pete, who decided that this would go forward? Hegseth?
Trump.
Trump did? Okay.
Trump gave Hegseth the go ahead to get it worked out and he would sign off on it.
Okay. All right. So the first article up that we have is now there could be some redundancy, but we went with both. We wanted a left and a right perspective. So which one you got first for us?
We have two left. Um,
Left,
wait.
left, left. What happened to the right?
We have a summary from the left on this, and then we have a Huffington Post, which is as left as you can get.
Well, let's just do the. I thought I sent the one on the right from what you call, or maybe it was. I don't recall at this point. Let's pull.
We
Just pull
sent
up.
center and left.
Okay,
Which
just do.
one? Huffington Post or
Yeah,
Ground News?
just do the Huffington one because I think that
Okay.
sums it up. So, yeah, this is the better deal because Hegseth was slammed by critics for clarification on the Qatar deal, saying that's not what you said, and that was dated October the 11th.
Mm-hmm.
Defense Secretary
Oops.
Pete Hegseth issued an important clarification on Friday after enraging many in MAGA with the claim that Qatar, which gifted President Donald Trump a $400 million luxury jet earlier this year, will get its own airbase on American soil. The U.S. military has a long standing partnership with Qatar, including today's announced cooperation with F 15QA aircraft, he clarified on X. However, to be clear, Qatar will not have their own base in the United States nor anything like it. Hegsets continue. We control the existing base like we do with all partners. Critics on social media were quick to note that Hegseth announced the complete opposite during a press conference at the Pentagon earlier that day. However, while seated next to Qatar's Minister of Defense, Sheikh bin Al Thani, I'm also proud that today we're announcing we're signing a letter of acceptance to build a Qatari Emiri Air Force facility at the Mountain Home Air Base in Idaho, said Hegseth at the time. The location will host a contingent of Qatari F 15s and pilots. Hegseth added at the time that this will enhance our combined training, increase lethality, and interoperability between nations. Longtime Trump ally Laura Loomer expressed outrage over Qatar being a majority Muslim nation with a spotty track record. While numerous other conservative voices decried the apparent partnership for allowing any foreign nation to host their jets on U.S. soil, different countries have long had their military aircraft stationed in America as part of long-standing training agreements with the U.S. Many critics appeared most frustrated at Hegseth's inability to issue a consistent message. But that's not what you said there, wrote one user on X who shared footage of Hegseth's initial claim, with another person asking, so they will not have a base, but they will have a base? So they'll have a base, but the US will be guarding it, because it is basically what you're saying. Seriously, this administration really needs to make sure that they have their statements ready before speaking, wrote a third user. It's almost continual corrections, retractions, updates, etc. What you are saying here is materially different than what you stated during the meeting. Senator Dana Polanyi, Democrat from Michigan, also reacted with a clip of Hegseth's initial claim. Roll tape. Trump notably guaranteed Qatar a NATO-like defense guarantee last month, promising the oil-rich autocracy protection from the U.S. military in case of an attack. The executive order came to light quietly in a White House press release. More brutal criticism on social media came Hegseth's way. From Christopher Webb. Okay, Pete, Hegseth's an idiot. He left out the word training when he said we're building a Qatari Air Force facility. So I get why people were confused after his announcement yesterday, but I keep seeing folks repeat some version of Qatar is building an air base in Idaho.
Um, keep reading for a second. I gotta help my daughter.
The next post is, I don't need my taxpayer money going to train Qatari pilots. You can try to sugarcoat this pile of shit any way you want. Next post reading. This clarification, which is arriving after an enormous backlash to your earlier announcement, may reassure some people, but many Americans are now very clear on the administration's priorities. Why does everything you say
Okay, I'm back.
Okay, why does everything you say need a clarification within a day or so? All right, so with that being said, I want Crazy B, scroll back up to the top, please. And the part
How far top?
where it said that we had other agreements, can we click on that link? Scroll down a little. I think it is. Yeah. Yeah,
This one.
part, yeah. Does that take us anywhere? Is that all it takes us to?
Yeah, fundamentally the same thing. It's again the way I see it. We've got bases all over the fucking world.
Oh, here we go. Here we go. In fact, on site training agreements with allies are common in the U.S. The Republic of Singapore's 428th Fighter Squadron Buccaneers have been hosted at the base since 2008. German forces trained at the Holloman Air Force Base in New Mexico for decades. New facilities to train international F-35 fighter pilots were completed at Ebbing Air Force Base in Arkansas last year. Uh,
Yeah,
so what's at the Mountain Home Air Force Base? It's about 50 miles south of Boise, state capital, high up in the desert, so it could shoot missiles at us. Spot's ideal for fighter pilot training. Because there's lots of space around the base to practice your maneuvers. Well, I would hope so. Oh, security at the base will be conducted by the U.S. Air Force personnel.
Mm-hmm. So
So,
yeah,
yeah, the.
this isn't new.
Mm-hmm,
It's there's a difference between being hosted for joint training and having a base in the US. Exactly. And this is where it's really annoying. People, and we went through this with the Biden administration and they got away with it.
mm-hmm.
So again, it's not surprising that this
Well,
would happen.
I think that if they would come out with the correct wording, again, it's the lack of who is doing the writing, who is doing the checking and the copy editing and all of that. I
Hmm.
mean, it just, I think probably, I don't want to say a lot's being generated by AI, but you
I
plug
mean,
in a
Trump uses AI to do all
right?
kinds of
I
stupid
mean,
shit.
you put in a couple things and poof comes your answer, and nobody's really thinking about the responses that you're going to get from people.
Yeah.
You know, when you put out statements, you need to think what are some of the repercussions unless you really don't care about what.
Hmm.
So I was, as I said, when I first heard it, and it was they are going to build a base in Idaho, I was like,
They're not even building a base. They're repurposing a base that's been around since 1943 was when it was built.
well,
Between 43 and 40, no, 42 and 43 was when it was built, and then it's been pretty much in constant use since 48. I
yeah,
did the research on it.
right,
I did a little bit of reading, and this is not new, and
right.
people are blowing it out of proportion. And it's like, again, the wording does not help, but like, for fuck's sake, we've got bases in countries are co-opting bases here with us. Like, for the love of God, people, this is not new.
Mm-hmm.
The administration needs to be clear when they first make the statement. Trump is notorious for being unclear and doing things that aren't constitutional, etc. The way he says it, yeah. And then he has to dial it back
Mm-hmm.
because he didn't think, and he did his typical Trump thing that we all complain about and cringe every time.
Correct. All right. What do you got next for us?
Oh my God, I'm dying here. Um, Let me double check the show notes that there isn't a video on this list for this. Yep, I have a video first. One second, according to the show notes. Won't
All
be
righty then.
patient with me. Um, where did it go? Okay, here we are. We are going to cover this.
Okay.
Oops, sorry. For the moment. And then we got some articles and expos to talk about.
Okay.
Well, let's return to this hostage return unfolding in Gaza. The news we've got is there are 7 hostages now with the Red Cross. We don't have pictures because I suspect we'll have pictures when they go to the actual Israeli Defence Force. There's a handover there. All this is unfolding over the next 1 to 2 hours. And then, as Cam Redden told us, we see 1,700 Palestinian prisoners let go, 1,950 actually, 250 from jails and 1,700 from Gaza. So that's the deal. Sherry Markson is my colleague. She's been commentating on this all afternoon, and obviously she's covered this hostages situation for 2 years. Sherry, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Andrew.
Ultimately, what credit can be given to Donald Trump? What do you think was the clincher in this deal?
Well, before we go into the credit, I just want to say, Andrew, this is the most incredible breaking news to be reporting, that 7 hostages who have been in the tunnels of Gaza for the past 2 years, 738 days, are now in the Red Cross vehicles on their way to the IDF, to the safety of Israel, to be in the arms of their loved ones. 7 hostages have now been handed over. This is the most truly incredible moment. I'm going to tell you their names. They are Omri Miran. He's 48. He's got 2 young daughters waiting at home for him. They haven't known if their father was going to make it for 2 long years. Omri Miran, a 48-year-old father, is on his way home. So are twin brothers, 28 years old, Gali and Ziv Berman. Gali and Ziv Berman. They were abducted from their home on October 7 at Kibbutz Kfar Azar. There's also Guy Gilboa Dalal, just 24 years old. His brother managed to escape. Now, the last we saw of Guy was when Hamas released a propaganda video of him earlier this year, and he's believed to be in a very, very bad condition. So he is on his way home. There's also Matan Undressed, 22 years old, and that's the footage I mentioned earlier. We've seen of his family hugging and celebrating, joyously dancing when they learnt that he was among the first to be released and he's coming home. There's also Eitan Moore, 25-year-old. He was kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival, and then Alon Ohel, who I spoke about a bit earlier, he was in captivity with Eli Sharabi. He is on his way home. Andrew, this is the moment we have been waiting for. 7 hostages are with the Red Cross after 2 years on their way home to Israel. They are coming home. This is the beginning of the end of the war. To see them home, surely, I can't tell you, there will not be a dry eye. In all of Israel, there are hundreds of thousands of people on the streets celebrating, just waiting for that Red Cross vehicle to cross into Israeli territory. There'll be medical care immediately. They'll be given the opportunity to shower, to put clean clothes on. They'll be greeted by a social worker and medical staff who immediately check them out. And then after that period...
I hear the emotion from you. I see it. Do you want to sum up for you and Jewish Australians what this emotion is about? Why is it so significant? We're talking about 20 hostages, many have been killed, many have been released. Is it the whole feeling of the war is finally over? Is it the feeling of the suffering of these people is now over? What's your overriding emotion at the moment?
Andrew, the connection between the Jewish community around the world and Israel is extremely strong. When the attack on October 7 happened, it wasn't just an attack on Israel. It was an attack on the Jewish nation. It was an attack on the existence of Jews. It was another iteration.
But not all Jewish people per se see it that way. It was a horrible attack in some perspectives, but not necessarily the we're all one and type of perspective. As I've heard some people, I mean, some people have more ties to it, but then I've heard other people who are like, yeah, it's a tragic event, this is horrible, my family was involved, but I don't live there. It's like, so hey, Arby, I
Hi,
mean,
Arby.
depending on where you get your information from.
Well, yeah, and I think that goes for any type of
Any event, yeah.
event like this that happens. Some people
Mhm.
are, you know, for the most part, I'd say the large majority is
I mean, my
probably
heart goes out to the people, and
yeah,
I understand, if you've got ties and you got family there, being absolutely, you know, so excited about this. And
yeah,
I'm glad. I absolutely am glad they got these people back in mostly one piece.
right.
But, the damage that was done and mentally and health wise, yes.
Yes, it's
It's a long road
it's
for
tough.
recovery from here.
Exactly, exactly. And we went with this particular Sky News piece. I think they did a good job in summing up as it continues, you'll see. But it was a good summation of wrapping up everything that has transpired since their release.
Hmm. Yes. So let me hit play so we can continue. But yeah, um, let's see how this goes.
Iteration of the persecution that we've faced throughout centuries, hundreds and hundreds of years. 250 innocent Israelis and people of other nationalities as well were kidnapped into Gaza. It has been such a battle beyond anything imaginable to get them, to bring them home from the grips of terrorists. We know a lot about the conditions they've been held in.
I asked you earlier, what do you think ultimately clinched the deal?
I think the Qatar strike did it. The Qatar strike, and I can explain why. Qatar thought it was immune, it couldn't be touched by Israel. It had been harbouring the Hamas billionaire leaders for a long time, including helping finance them, finance their terrorism in part. They thought the Hamas leadership was safe there. Now, Israel took the extraordinary action of launching a strike on the Hamas billionaires living a life of luxury in Qatar. They thought they were untouchable. Now, Qatar then understandably complained heavily to the United States, to President Trump. He offered them protection. He signed an executive order saying that the United States would treat an attack on Qatar as an attack on America. But as part of this deal, he obviously forced them to return the hostages and agree to the peace deal. So, you know, this is what happened. If it wasn't for that strike on Qatar, and then that, you know, was the culmination of Israel eliminating the Hezbollah threat, eliminating the Houthi threat, you know, all but eliminating Hamas. I mean, successive leaders of Hamas, and then Iran, of course, yeah.
Trump, of course, then got Netanyahu to say those words of apology to the Qatari leader. In a way, Trump, you know, his book is The Art of the Deal. He was doing deals on both sides and creating this deal, wasn't he?
Pause for a second. Come on.
Uh,
Cannabis. Some of the captives, I believe, in the footage are Palestinian that were held by the Israeli people, and that is why they look like they're in good shape for 2 years. So I've seen footage and pictures of some of the Israeli guys who came back, and they are extremely emaciated.
emaciated, yes.
That is the difference between Israel and Palestine. Well, Hamas. I shouldn't tie it to Palestine.
Yes.
Hamas, what they've done. So, yeah, I'm not sure exactly. I know that a lot of these people are Hamas leaders there and fighters. A lot of Israeli people. I don't know how much they actually showed the
Hostages, very
captive, the
limited.
hostages.
Yes.
But yeah, there. Trust me, if you're seeing anyone looking in good shape, double check the pictures and footage that came out from earlier. The differences.
And yeah, and one of the things that we noted in the research is please pay attention to the dates that you're doing your searches on, because there is information interspersed through the last 3 or 4 years.
And
That
people are recycling old
yeah,
footage stuff again. They're being
yes,
idiots.
yes. Instead of keeping current and relevant, we had to go back numerous times and rewatch and double check the information that we were looking at. So please pay attention if you're going to go out onto X, if you're going to Google, check those dates, look at the footage, because as Crazy B said, they're recycling. So,
Yep. It's a joyous mess out there.
yes, it is.
The Israelis have been talking about being starved, tortured, dig their own graves multiple times, grape surgeries in the tunnels without anesthesia. I've heard about that.
Mm-hmm.
It was pure torture that the Israelis probably more than likely did not do to the people they were holding hostage in return. Difference between civilized people and a terrorist organization. Gaza had a couple of the highest per capita income in the Islamic world. Okay,
Well,
Is
go ahead.
I was going to say, finish Short's comment, and then we'll go from there.
Oh, read Art's comment.
Yeah, and then we'll go from there.
It says somewhere in such bad shape. Oh, somewhere in such bad shape that the Israeli government wouldn't allow them to be in videos or photos, perhaps by request of the families as well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Irby, we saw that footage of the hostages, Hamas saying that they had to dig their own grave. Now, while I do not profess to know that much about this particular ongoings, but I will say that I'm sure that there is some negativity surrounding the Israelis with regards to what they did to some Palestinians. Uh, War is a back and forth thing. Nobody is perfect.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Groups or facets of a particular, unit or whatever can take on a piece of its own. So I guess what I'm saying is not while Hamas, I definitely think that they were definitely the perpetrators in all of this. I don't give Bibi all the credit for being that perfect as a, in the war scenario as well either. I'm not saying they potentially did as bad to hostages, but I probably am somewhat confident that shit happened to certain people. I guess is what I'm saying. Things happen on both sides.
Mm-hmm.
War is not about, you know, oh, I'm going to follow, the Geneva Convention and you're all going to get treated equal and get 3 squares a day and shower once a week. That just isn't the way it works. That's not the way the
Mm-hmm.
world works. So that's my only point to that is just be cognizant of that kind of stuff and not get
Any sane person is cognizant that there's war crimes committed by both
both
parties.
sides. That's my point. Thank you,
Not as
K2B.
frequently by Israel, but still
Cor-
something that is likely to have happened.
correct. That's all I was
And
trying.
it's
Thank
no
you.
different than America when we went in
Yeah,
after September 11th, what a lot of our troops did.
correct. That's all. Thank you for making my point. I'm stressed out. My cords
You're
are.
trying to edit it and also tiptoe. I
Yes.
don't tiptoe.
Well,
I'm like a bull in the china shop.
yes. My cords have been chewed today, so that, and I've been traumatized by the nudes and the people in the costumes. So yeah, I didn't
Mm-hmm.
want to. Yeah, tiptoe is the correct word. So
Mm-hmm. Trying to be gentle about it because it is a sensitive topic, but
it is. It's very.
I'm
Yeah,
just me.
yeah. And I mean, I've already had people, as you're well aware of, uh, I have been hired because of what people believe my religion is. I have been thought upon as being a Jewish person, which I am not. I am not married to a Jewish person, but there has been reason to believe that is the case, and it is not the case. So I guess in that regard, that's why I'm tiptoeing around the subject matter.
Mm-hmm.
I have many Jewish friends, worked for many Jewish people. They have family members over in Israel. So I'm just trying to be gentle about it, I guess, without coming
Yeah.
off, you know. So,
Mm, I'm going to call it the way I see it, and that's okay.
all right.
I'm not
Well,
even upset with you being gentle about it. I'm just going to be the bull in the china
okay.
shop because, well, I am.
Well, thank you. And I usually am that way, but I was trying to be, a little bit on the gentler side today, but catch me
No, but
tomorrow.
honestly, RB brought up a good point. We toppled Iraq and spent
Right.
20 years in Afghanistan because of 9/11.
Yeah.
Israel literally just slapped their hand and told them go back to bed
Yeah. Hmm.
compared to what we did for
Right.
less people killed. I
Right.
mean, again, when you look at it in a proportional way, yeah. Hmm. We uh we went scorched earth over it.
Yeah.
So again, do I agree with war crimes done? No. But I also know that people during war times don't always think straight and they are desperate to get answers. And thing about torture is torture will get you the answer you demand, not the
Yes.
answer you need.
Right.
So again, torture is not a very good thing. It doesn't work well.
Hmm.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
let's hit
Yeah.
play.
Hold on one second there for just 1 second. I guarantee you, if you were nude laying on the ground and they came by and poured a jar of spiders on you, we'd know what we wanted. Thank you. Move on.
No, I would tell you whatever I had to say to stop the spiders.
I doubt it, because we
Let's
would
say I
know.
don't know the answers and you're still torturing me because you don't believe me when I say I don't know. I'm going to say whatever the fuck I got to say to get it to stop because you don't believe me.
Uh, we
Hence, torture doesn't work.
well, we would probably wouldn't torture you unless we had a good idea that you know the answer.
Um, our military is notorious for torturing people, even if they have absolutely. They could work at the McDonald's down the road from a headquarters of a terrorist organization, and they would still torture that person.
They're stupid. Although they probably do know something.
Yeah, they like a Big Mac and fries.
There you go. There you go. Then you know Big Mac and fries.
What's their plan? I don't know.
To wear a
Like,
blue dinosaur costume.
and it's not the first time our military or our government has tortured people who absolutely told the truth when they said they didn't know anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to point this out. It
Oh,
happens. It's
you're
not okay.
you're making me hungry. All right.
Okay, how am I making you hungry while talking about torture?
I don't know, but I'm hungry.
Okay.
What do you got next?
Um,
Oh, we're not
oh
done.
no, there was still more.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah, we're
Did you
not.
want to cover more of this or did you
Yeah.
want to just go
No,
over
no.
the other
Go
stuff?
ahead. Let's at least finish this up because uh I think that I want Trump to get the credit where credit's due on this one.
Yeah, he
He
does deserve it.
they have, you know what, literally every news media, and we talked about this earlier, nobody is saying his name. Nobody
Mm-hmm.
is saying that
Yep.
Trump did this. Even what did you say? His son came out and said what again?
His son came out and responded to Barack Obama. Here, I'll finish it for you. Thank you, President Donald Trump or President Trump.
See? So let's give him the kudos he deserves. Because he doesn't
Yep,
get.
he deserves a lot more, and these people are trying to downplay what he's pulled off.
Yes.
Uh, Let me hit play.
Deserves every praise for making this happen. It would never have happened without Trump, and I do not believe it would have happened under any other president. But, you know, for Netanyahu to apologise to a Qatari leader, Netanyahu's only priority is the survival of the Jewish state. That rests on his shoulders. So if it takes an apology, then so what? It takes an apology. That's all that matters to the Israeli Prime Minister. And, you know, you remember, Andrew, that Golda Meir, when she was in another difficult war, she famously said, and I might get the precise wording wrong here, but she famously said, you know, we'd rather be alive and hated than dead and pitied. And that's the sentiment that remains in Israel. You know, the international community can turn against Israel, so what? It needs to win the war. It needs to ensure security for its people, which didn't happen in that catastrophic failure on October 7.
Indeed. And when you hear Netanyahu being booed, Shari, how much of that do you think is a residual feeling in Israel? Look, what happened to our intelligence services then, our much vaunted intelligence services? How did this even happen? How were these hostages even taken? How much of that is a feeling in Israel when people aren't happy with Benjamin Netanyahu?
Yeah. Well,
I want to read a quick post from Arby. Comment from him. He says, after October 7th, there was a quote from Hamas. It says, "You want your children to live. We want your children to die more than we want ours to live." So it's never going to end with that mentality.
Correct. I don't
They
dis.
literally want everyone else's kids to die more than they care about their own children.
Mm-hmm. Kind of reminds me of the Islamic statements that we heard, right? That uh, the goal is to, you're an infidel, you're either going to convert or you're dead, right?
Yep.
Same same type of situation that we have that's actually going on here in America right now as we speak.
Yeah.
Dearborn. How do you pronounce it? I always want to say Hamtramck, but that's not it. How do you say it?
Which one?
Is it Hamtramck or
Hamtramck.
Hamtramck? Okay, I always want to say Hamtramck, so I'll never get that right. But Hamtramck.
It
Okay,
was an old Polish setting up in Detroit area. Yeah.
all right. We have New York City, possibly, well, probably electing their first uh, Islamic mayor. We have Texas. Um, the potential for the same type of occurrence here in the United States is probable.
Mm-hmm. Irby wanted me to read one other quote from Golda Meir. I believe I'm pronouncing that wrong.
Golda
She says
Meir.
this.
Yeah, Golda
She
Meir.
says, "Go ahead."
Golda Meir.
My year. Okay. She said this won't end until both sides want a better world for their children.
Yep.
And Irby says that was the late 60s or 70s. He can't remember which.
Yeah, she goes back to, I believe, both eras. So I'm not. We'd have to look the quote up to get the
Now,
date
was she like a prime minister of one of the countries or
of his
of
yeah, of
I
Israel.
can't remember.
Of Israel, I believe.
Okay. I'm
Yeah.
trying to
Hold
go off the top of
on.
my
Yeah.
head here,
Hold
so
on.
don't quote me, folks.
Yeah. Hold on. Me too. And I'm hungry, so I don't know why. Da-da.
Maybe you subconsciously realized I was eating because they made pork chops, mac and cheese, and green beans.
Okay. Potentially
Oh,
could.
yeah, she was Israel prime minister. Okay.
I'm looking her
Thank
up
you.
now Uh,
What era?
yeah, yeah, she was from. Here, I'm going to drop it to you, Crazy B. This is her Wikipedia page, and we'll drop it in the show notes.
Well, Arby also is going through too. He put it something 69 to 74, it looked like. Let me
Yeah,
grab it.
I already got it in. You should have gotten it in the Discord.
I did. I'm
Okay.
just trying to get it copied and pasted over to the right spot.
Okay.
And then I got to add it to the show notes. Okay, here we are. Um, Let me do
And,
this for a
and
moment.
and her statement is relevant today for anybody. You know what I mean? We want a better life for our children, our
Mhm.
grandchildren, and so on. That is, I would think, what any society wants for their kids.
Yeah.
You
But
know
the
that
problem with some of these radical Muslims
is,
is
yep,
they would rather sacrifice their children
yep,
just
that
to take
they,
out
yep,
people they don't agree with.
yep, absolutely.
Golda famously said, "We can forgive the Arabs for killing our children. We cannot forgive them for forcing us to kill their children." Ooh.
Well, I don't know if I'd go that far, but that's me.
When you get people like Candace Owens stirring the pot, it's entirely possible that there would be some issues created in this country too. Yeah. Well, it's not just her. There's a whole group that are kind of, again, taking some of it out of context, and a lot of people are just absolutely fabricating stuff, and then they're falling for it and spreading it as the truth, and I don't think they're doing a lot of research into it. I
Well,
don't know.
it's a
It's something
hard,
that I'm not okay with.
yeah, and it's a hard topic to cover. It would be no different than going back to the Holocaust or the Vietnam War or the Korean
Mhm.
War, anything, Pearl Harbor, for, 9/11. We still can't agree on stuff from 9/11. So, as we said, to the spoilers, goes the war. And when we're talking decades of something continuing,
Yeah.
somebody that is of a, either, it doesn't matter how old they are, either the younger generation or somebody older, that there's no way that one person can possibly be well versed in a particular subject. I mean, you can come pretty damn close, but you don't know everything. You don't know all the ins and outs of the war, and who said what, and who made what deal, and who was behind the scenes, and did the US have involvement? Was another country involved? I mean, there are so many parts to all of this that I don't know if you'll ever know everything. And
Mhm.
remember, one of the biggest issues I had was with Nikki Haley. When we talk about the industrial, the war industrial complex, you know what I mean? Knowing that, okay, you want war just for the sake of making money. You don't give a shit, not one iota, about who gets hurt, who gets harmed, any of that. All you give
Yeah.
a shit about is the almighty dollar. That's all. And how many people
Mhm.
subscribe to that? it just wasn't her. You know what I
I
mean?
know.
There are many of them. There are many in Congress now, in the Senate now, that want to see wars continue.
I know. They just aren't ready to, call it peace and
Right,
leave it alone.
right. And so I'm not. I don't know.
They
It's
have a picture of her. It was before 1910.
who's this Golda?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and then look at her when she's older. She was run through the ringer, unfortunately.
Oh yeah, but she also stopped she stepped down from office. It looks like, or was she was prime minister up until 6 years before her death.
Yes.
And she was Israel's first and to date only head of government. Kudos to her.
Mm-hmm.
Her family was born in Kiev, which was part of Russia at the time. And she was born in 1898
Wow.
and lived till 1978. So, very strong, brave, intelligent woman, obviously, to
Mm-hmm.
have made it that long and gotten through life and rose to power at a time when most women weren't allowed out of the kitchen.
Exactly.
Again, it's just absolutely amazing.
Mm-hmm. She was
So,
very famous.
I wish I had been. I've known of her, but I have never really dug too deep into it. And I probably should, but I would have loved to have been alive at the time to hear her speak and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
All right. Well,
that
keep.
go
Was there?
back to the video.
Yeah, we still have the video to finish up. Let's at least try to get through that, and then we can do the articles tomorrow.
Alrighty. Let's hit play. How did that get moved over? It's too far over. Hold on a second.
I didn't touch a
I don't
thing.
know how.
I did
Well,
not touch a thing.
yeah, because you're not using a touch screen right now, are you?
No, I'm not, ma'am.
Okay.
Well, just two things there. He's a very controversial figure. Israel has a vibrant democracy. That's what we love about Israel. So they're half the population. I mean, the polls change all the time, but around half love Netanyahu and about half bitterly despise him. Fair enough.
Where?
That's a democracy. That's
Hold
how
on
it is.
one
There's
second.
regular elections. It's
Give
up
me
to
a
people
second.
to
Yep.
vote
I
in their
was just trying to
politicians.
fix the show
In terms of
notes.
the
Go ahead.
Just trying to. We stopped it a little bit too early there, but just saying. Sound familiar? Half love BB, half hate BB. Who's it
Yep.
sound like?
What we've been going through.
Exactly. Yes, ma'am.
Unfortunately, that's the way it is with any democracy.
Mm-hmm.
It really truly is the exact same way in every form of democracy that I'm aware of. Just
So,
going to point that out.
uh,
20% of Israel citizens aren't Jewish. That is interesting to know. It's the same issues as all Western countries right now because Israel is fundamentally a Western democracy.
right.
Yep. Alrighty.
terms of the failure of an October 7, I mean, that failure is catastrophic. There are people who, just Danny Masner, who is in Sydney in Australia this week. He's the brother of Galit Carbone, who was the only Australian murdered on October 7. I mean, Danny was over at my place yesterday. He was talking about this, how he sat in his safe room. He hid in his safe room for 20 hours before the army came. I mean, there are children whose parents were killed before their very eyes. The parents managed to hide them in a cupboard, and they were hiding in the cupboard for 12 hours before any army came to help them. So the government has always said that there will be a proper inquiry after the war, and that inquiry does need to happen because we cannot have a repeat of October 7. We need to know the intelligence failing, also the military failure. You know, there's a lot of reports that Israeli soldiers were deployed north instead of south. This was a huge failure. And then the army that were in the area, a lot of them were killed. They were taken by surprise. So this all does need to be examined, but I think there was a false sense of security that's not there anymore.
And what happens with Gaza now? I mean, that is the real question. I mean, say the peace holds, the hostages are out, the place is destroyed. So Donald Trump's got his own real estate dreams there.
Yeah.
You know, but there's controversy over whether Tony Blair should be part of any rebuilding of it. You know, when you talk about
Tony
this
Blair's
not
a
happening again,
moron.
how does it not happen?
I'm sorry, I don't like Tony Blair. Oh my God. Yeah. I'm old enough to remember him. And no, and no. So, okay. I just want to say, yeah, bringing up Tony Blair was like, if it's the same Tony Blair I'm thinking of the UK Prime Minister, no. All right, let's go to keep playing because we got very little time left.
Not happen again, and how does the joint get rebuilt? I mean, it is a happy moment, especially for Israel, but there are all these maybe intractable problems ahead, it seems to me. What's your view on that?
Yeah, well, I think there's two issues. One is, how do you ensure a de-radicalization of Gaza? How do you ensure Hamas is eliminated? And then the separate question is the rebuild. Now, over the years, hundreds of billions of dollars in international aid has gone into Gaza. Remember, Israel unilaterally withdrew Gaza in 2005. And since then, all that's been built is terror infrastructure. There's virtually nothing else to show for it. So in the rebuild, there does need to be this oversight body. Trump has suggested a board of peace, which he chairs, and as you say, Tony Blair's part of. That sounds like a good idea, because we can't have a repeat of that situation where billions of dollars in international money, including Australian taxpayer dollars, goes to terrorist infrastructure, including the vast network of tunnels underneath Gaza where Hamas have hid and built them under schools and hospitals, and that's what made this war so difficult for Israel to fight and caused the Palestinian casualties and suffering as well. So that there needs to be a proper rebuild with oversight of where the money and the funds are going towards. The Palestinians deserve a better life. They deserve a good life. Separately, there also needs to be a de-radicalization program. The Palestinian Authority, which has been governing in the West Bank, not in Gaza, but even the Palestinian Authority in the West Bank has had a pay-for-slay program where they pay lifelong salaries to the families of terrorists. So that is a problem. The education system is all indoctrination and hatred against Israel. So that is a problem. To break this cycle of violence, those things need to be addressed.
And the other issue, though,
deeper issue.
The other issue, Sherry's got to be, though, if you have, I mean, I've seen this play in Iraq, like if you have some sort of occupation in order to ensure security while a rebuild occurs, that in itself leads to terrorism. I mean, that's how does a rebuild actually occur with foreign help, with the safety of those people rebuilding assured?
It's going to be extremely difficult, very difficult. Then phase 2 is far more challenging than phase 1. The rebuild of Gaza, having a terror-free society. Who oversees it? As you say, is it Arab nations that will be part of the policing? Who is that? We know that in northern Israel, on the border with Lebanon, there were United Nations peacekeeping forces, and yet Hezbollah was able to regroup, weaponize under the very watch of the United Nations, and they progressed south, further south towards Israel, you know, below where they were meant to be but below where they were meant to be living. So this is a problem. Who is going to, we yet to see that detail from President Trump. He just says the war's over. He wants to move on. He wants to have the peace deal, and that's understandable. And thank God we have him, because we wouldn't be seeing these hostages return home without him. But the next step is definitely more challenging, and we are yet to hear the details. And there is a scenario, by the way.
I hate to be the naysayer, but do they
Oh,
even have a plan in place, or is this being hashed out as
okay.
we go?
And you know what? Why is it our problem to even have the plan?
Well, because we're the ones who stuck our nose in there to stop all this headache from continuing.
Yeah. So they wanted
If
it.
we're going to step in to stop it, we should have a way to prevent, to keep it
Well,
at peace.
I don't know if I got to just. What time is it? It's almost 9 o'clock. I can't anymore because
I know.
I just can't. This is. I have to go and re-listen to this end part now for a third time because I'm hearing it for a different type of reason now.
Yeah.
Okay, it is the responsibility of everybody in the area, for Bibi, for the Palestinian leaders. Is there guarantees that Hamas is completely out? No. You know what I mean? Just like, how many caves did we have to go bomb in Iraq and all that in the desert? And
Yeah.
I mean, that was just not like a one day and we're done and it's over. There's still going to
It
be,
should have been,
yeah,
but we're going to leave it at that.
yeah. There's going to be resistance that's going to be met. I'm just going to shut up. I'm done. I'm
Yeah.
done
I get it, though. I get it.
because,
Why are we having to be the peace brokers of the world? Why can't anyone else step up? Well, the problem is because then China's going to step up, or Russia's going to step up, or someone we don't want in charge over there.
and, and again, it's for us to determine, who gets to determine that? It's just Trump making these decisions? You know what I mean? When do the
Well, it's
American,
not him single handedly going in like
stand
a
that?
mom walking into the room telling the kids who's doing what chores for the day.
Yeah,
No, this is going to be worked out amongst all the nation's leaders in that area to make sure they're all okay with the
right,
who's in charge of what stuff.
right. Well, it doesn't sound like they're at that point, and you know, we cannot just, I guess, rejoice in the moment of 24 hours of them being released, and then he's accused of, he doesn't have a plan. You know, did he
Uh-huh.
did he get them out? First off, I just am frustrated with the, yes, you know how I am about him and his mouth, but give
I know.
and where credit is due.
I
And
They're giving credit over there. I don't know if you saw the footage of him giving the speech afterwards and the leftist loony heckler got tossed out on his ass.
yeah,
Oh no, over there they were applauding and wouldn't stop. He got a standing ovation and they applauded way longer than was necessary.
okay,
So no, he's getting credit, just not from American politicians or other idiot countries that don't like us.
right,
No, he's getting credit where credit's due. Most of the Middle East is happy with what happened, from my understanding.
all right,
Like most of the sane people, not the radicals.
right.
So, at
Hey,
least that's again my understanding of the situation.
all of the wars that he has ended, but he's not worth his weight in salt. Okay.
Yeah, fundamentally, that's
Yeah,
how it goes in the world.
I hear you.
All
Someday.
right, we've, let's try to get through the last few minutes. We've got
uh,
like
When
it looks like 11 minutes left.
that when that guy comes on, we don't need to watch him. He just reiterates what he says.
Okay,
He
so
just,
let me get to there.
yeah.
All right.
where the international community doesn't step up and Israel does have to go back in and take out Hamas if they refuse
I wanted to
hand
ask,
in their weapons.
I wanted to ask too about, and look, that's a real possibility. I mean, we've already had reports of Hamas military type forces, police type forces in there. It seems a bit of a pipe dream to suggest Hamas is just going to leave the joint. I wanted to ask about how scarred these hostages are going to be, because that's the sad part about all this. In amongst the happiness, you know, you never get past this, do you?
Never.
Think of that footage of Elatiar David, you know, in the tunnel. Exactly. I don't know if we can see a bit of that. How on earth do you get over that? You know, that being starved, being forced to dig your own grave, living with the threat of death every day. We've seen a lot of Western hostages in these kind of environments before who've been able to, you know, get on with their lives after these scenarios. But it's a hard price to pay, isn't it? It's you know, is that something you think about today?
That does not look like well fed or taken care of. That is extremely emaciated.
Correct. I agree.
You sort of get emotional and are also happy with the outcome.
No, so we're looking now at the screen of Evitar David, who you mentioned. He's just 24 years old. He looks skeletal, like a Holocaust. He's emaciated, digging his own grave under their orders in tiny, dark tunnels. I mean, you know, he was kidnapped from the Nova Music Festival alongside his friend, who's also going to be released, Guy Gilboa Delau. Guy has already been handed over to the Red Cross. Evitar will be in the next lot to be handed over at around 6 p.m. our time. But how do you get over it? I mean, Andrew, you've just got to compare it to Holocaust survivors. Some of them never get over it. Famously, many can never speak about it. Reading Eli Sharabi's book, I mean, he's had 6 months now out of the tunnels. He was in the tunnels for nearly 500 days in terrible conditions. Now, he's a very mentally strong individual. He kept himself going because he said he wanted to fulfill his promise to return home to his wife and his 2 teenage daughters. When he was kidnapped, he said to them, "I promise I'll come back for you." He thought they were going to be okay. So that's what kept him going every single day. And he acted as a motivator to the other 3 hostages he was with. One of them is Alon Ohel, who has been handed over to the Red Cross. So he's very mentally strong. Obviously, he's still traumatized, but he's been able to write a book, campaign for the release of the hostages, turn it into action, despite the incredible trauma. And when he was released, you know, the BBC interviewed him and said, "What are you most looking forward to?" And he said, "Seeing my wife and daughters." And then when he was handed over to the IDF said to him, "Your big sister, Osnat, and your mother's waiting to see you." And in that instant, he knew what that meant. He knew his wife and his 2 daughters had been killed nearly 500 days earlier. And he had to go see their graves, and it was just terrible for him to come home to that. So some of these hostages released today will also be coming home to an unimaginable world. They will also have loved ones that have been killed, and they will forever have to live with that trauma of what they went through. There'll be a lot of counselling, a lot of social work, and as I mentioned earlier in the evening, there have been many suicides from people who did survive October 7. They have such survivor's guilt, they can't get out of their head. I mean, I've interviewed survivors of the Nova Music Festival, young girls who just can't get out of their head the sight of people being shot dead and the curdling screams in front of them. Apologies if this is too graphic for television. So the whole of Israel, you know, we're celebrating tonight, but it's going to take a long time to heal if it's at all possible. It's just a matter of drawing on resilience and strength and determination to move forward and to rebuild.
I wanted to ask you, Sharon, I've got Chris Kenny joining me now as well. I'll talk to him in a moment.
But
okay.
He repeats everything that she says.
Okay.
But, you know, for me at least, again, having friends and knowing that they have family there, over in Israel.
Hmm.
Uh, I still can't help but also tie this to what the United States faced during 9/11. Now, while people were not taken from their homes or raped or anything like that, the trauma of what happened is still felt by many. I have
Yep.
friends from New York whose one, a friend passed, and then another, his son died in the towers when they went down. And, it's traumatic not only for the survivors, but for their family members, the guilt. Everybody is affected. And if you know somebody, you're affected in some way. You know what I mean? Because it elicits some type of response in you, whether positive or negative or both, perhaps.
Hmm.
And it brings in, other scenarios that you may be aware of that you've encountered in your life. So it's hard. I mean, we have been an extremely fortunate country in that we've not had anybody land per se on our shores other than having, the terror, 9/11, I think being one of the biggest ones, and now with what I
The
believe
closest I would say would be Pearl Harbor,
harbor.
was the closest we've had to a full invasion of our
Yes.
actual
Yes.
territory.
Yes. But even that being said, while that was US, well, you know, we'll let that go at
It's
that.
still the fact that the terrorists for 9/11 were able to plot and work this out on our soil and
Uh-huh.
then go through with it.
Yep.
Yeah, that was not okay either.
Right. All of it is. All of it's insidious. All of it is.
The world is a messed up place.
Yeah, it is.
Mr. Rogers tried to save us.
Yep.
Sadly, not enough of us listened.
Nope. And now we got pink flamingos, blue dinosaurs, and naked people
Yeah, well,
trying to save the
Mr.
world.
Rogers did not predict the nudist community coming out
He
in
did not.
force.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I think he would have been kicked off the air if he had warned us about that. But,
Probably.
it is what it is.
Right. We would have been in. At least we would have been forewarned. But
Hmm.
all right, I'm done for the day, girl. Between everything.
I believe I
Hap-
am as well.
Yep. All right. You want to finish up the comments? Anything we're missing?
No, I was, other than JJ saying, thank you, Dee, for making it to my work lunch break. So we lasted long enough to get him through till lunch.
Okay.
Um, then it says there is no final end to war in the Middle East. There are just varying lengths of ceasefires. I give it a year, maybe two. And
Yeah.
we're going to be talking a little bit about what happened during the hostage release. Hamas was kind of going around and already taking out Israeli sympathizers and supporters
Of
in
their own
Palestine.
people. Yeah. In Pal.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll cover
So,
that top of the. Well, at some point tomorrow, depending on what's hot and heavy. So,
yep.
because we still might have. What was
We have a
that?
lot to
Yeah, we
cover.
might have more holes and poles to cover. You never know. Just saying. Just saying, you never know.
Oh my god.
All right, so
Ah,
I'm done for the day. I'm going to bed.
How can you do
I
that? You're
am done
supposed to be
as
in
well.
pain.
Yep.
So,
At least I'm
all
gonna
right.
go to sleep.
I'll close out with my stay safe, stay sane, stay sober. I'm going to try to get some sleep and not strangle people. or pelt them with frozen paintball guns,
No, we want the golf
paintballs.
ball. We want the golf ball
Now,
cup.
yeah, the golf balls. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
so tempting.
Christmas
But
is coming.
anyways,
Yep. Have a good night. Yep.
Christmas is coming, so uh I'm bringing my cup. I'm not a fan of pepper balls. All right, folks. We'll
But
catch y'all tomorrow.
you might become a fan of the golf pepper ball. So you might need something a little sturdier than the cup.
Oh yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All right. We'll see y'all tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern.
You got
Have
it.
a
Good
great
night.
night.